Welcome to A Great Cooker. I'm Serfronya. While I'm gathering up all of the ingredients that we need to make this dish, I just want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. This red beans and rice is going to come together in under 30 minutes, and most meals that I make are very quick. Whether I'm using my cast iron or my air fryer or my Instant Pot, I'll show you how to get delicious meals on the table without spending all day in the kitchen. This is all that we need, so let's go ahead and get started. Once a year, when my family visits Louisiana, which is where my husband is from, we have to pick up this Verone sausage, and we have to get a year's worth. And while we're there, we also get a bunch of these Blue Runner beans, hopefully also to last a year, because my husband said that these beans and this sausage is what his mom used when he was growing up to make red beans and rice and sausage. And to him, this is the authentic way. Of course, you know, it's his family's way, so it's authentic to him, which is important. So if you can't get your hands on those type of beans, find you some red beans and season them with some Creole seasoning or some Cajun type seasoning. And if you're going to put your beans and sausage over rice, then just make your pot of rice. I'm just making it the standard way that you make rice. 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. So 1 part rice to 2 parts water. I'll start with the heat on high and just until it comes to a boil. In order to keep this sausage for an entire year, for up to a year, of course I do have to keep it in the freezer. So just to make it easy, I discovered a long time ago that if I put 1 link in the microwave and on high for exactly 1 minute, then it defrosts the link. It doesn't cook it through, or it doesn't brown it or completely get it to where you want it, but it does get it defrosted, and that way I'm able to cut it, to go ahead and slice the meat. Once the rice is boiling, I stir it one last time, and then after that, just the regular way you make rice, I cover it partially so that it won't boil over, and then turn the heat down to medium-low heat. And then after that, it's time to slice the sausage. This is the thickness that my husband likes it, but of course you can slice your sausage any way you want. If you don't have the sausage from Louisiana, any type of spicy type sausage, Louisiana or Cajun style sausage, will probably work as well. My rice is still boiling or simmering for 15 to 20 minutes. That is the perfect time to go ahead and heat up my cast iron skillet. And for this sausage, medium is usually okay. I let it heat up for a few minutes. I didn't show that part until my skillet was hot. Then go ahead and add oil, and basically enough oil just to barely coat the bottom of the skillet. And this is just so that initially the cold sausage does not stick to the pan. I know, of course, sausage does make its own grease, but just in the very beginning, I'm just trying to help it, and make sure that it doesn't stick. Go ahead and add your sausage, and there's a couple ways to do this. You can my husband likes his sausage very, very brown, browned on both sides. So I just spread out all the little medallions and let them brown on one side. And while that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and open up my can of blue runner beans. By the way, everything in here that I'm using today is name brand, but nothing is sponsored. These are just the products that my husband loves for his red beans, rice, and sausage dinner. So let me show you what this looks like when you pour it. Now, I made a mistake here. I should have, make sure you add oil. Anytime you add something new to your cast iron skillet, add some oil, and it won't, whatever you add, if whatever you put in it, as long as your skillet is well seasoned, it won't stick. But I did not do that, and you'll see in a minute that the bean stuck. But I added a bit of water to the can because, as you can see, these beans out of the can are extremely thick. So I just added maybe like a quarter of a cup of the can. I've added some water, and also I'm adding a bit more spice. Again, all of this is to my husband's liking, but he does, even though these red runner beans, they're very flavorful, but I guess you can't have too much flavor if it's Louisiana style. Finally, our rice is done. As you can see there, that was 15 minutes. This is 15 minutes later, and I do always put the top back down. Once I make sure it's cooked, I turn off the heat and I let it set for 5 minutes. And once it's set up for 5 minutes, this is 5 minutes later, now it's time to fluff the rice. Now it's time for the moment of truth. As you can see, our rice is ready. So let's go ahead and get that scooped out into a bowl. Use whatever ratio you like. My husband actually likes way more beans and rice. I mean, way more beans and sausage than rice. So I just need to make sure I get a bit of rice in the bowl. But here is the main part of the dish. And as you can see, these beans and rice look delicious. Do you see there is sticking, like I said, because I forgot to put oil in there. But cast iron cleans up very easily, so it's not a problem. But look at that. Let me show you. Thanks for watching until the end, and make sure you subscribe and tune into the next video. See you there.